Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are bringing it back to the basics this week. We are getting into a budget bourbon review. Tonight, we are reviewing Evan Williams 1783. Before we get into this bottle today, please do me that favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps us out a ton and we appreciate the support, but let's get into this bottle. What the heck is Evan Williams 1783? Evan Williams 1783 is kind of Evan Williams premium, let's call it premium blended bourbon. Their step up from all the other lower proof ones, the bottled and bond, which is kind of like a younger, higher proof one. This is more of a 6 to 8 year old blend of Heaven Hill juice at 90 proof, sold for like $20-ish. So low price, very low price. So with this being from Heaven Hill, which is one of my favorite bourbon distilleries from Kentucky, I'm excited for this bottle. I think this bottle is very interesting, but let's go ahead and get into it. Obviously, I've gotten into it already, but I'm going to get into it on camera for y'all, give you some tasting notes, let you know exactly what I think about this budget bourbon on the nose. Heaven Hill. It's peanut buttery. Good natural peanut butter. Natty peanut butter. Little cherry, brown sugar, some vanilla, tart green apple, little hint of chocolate. It's dark and nutty. The biggest note I'm pulling out of here is just that peanut butter, like natural chunky peanut butter, like Sprouts peanut butter. It's not Jiffy. There's not 1,000 preservatives in this. It's sweet, it's simple, it's easy, not aggressive at all. It's a little, if I want to rag on it for anything, it's not the most complex whiskey ever. It's very nutty, but it's like a natural, it's a good nuttiness. It's not like nutty in a funky, gross way. It's nutty in a way that's just like creamy and smooth. Honestly, the nose is just very simple and basic. It's very traditional bourbon notes. It's nutty, a little bit of like a caramel, vanilla, cherry, maybe a little bit of marshmallowiness. Honestly, the biggest note is that peanut butter note, which I think it's great. There's nothing special about the nose, but again, for it being $20, what more do you really expect or want from this whiskey? I think for $20, a nose is appropriate. Honestly, for a $20 whiskey, are we really going to be spending time nosing it, or are we going to be drinking it? So let's go ahead and get on the palate. Ooh. Nutty, marshmallows, vanilla, caramel, cherry zinger at the end. There's that tartness. There's a slight like tarty apple note on there towards the end, like right at the finish where it just becomes a huge like nutty vanilla caramel bomb. It gets like this like kind of like tart apple note, and then it goes straight into that vanilla caramel slightly nutty finish. A little thin, but again, it's a 90 proof budget bourbon. Like it's sub $20. Yeah, little thin, very, again, just like my notes with the nose, basic. The standout note I will say on the palate is it gets a little leathery, which you don't get on a lot of bourbons, especially, budget and younger bourbons. That's usually either like a Texas funky thing or like a ultra aged type flavor note, but I do get a slight like leathery note along with that peanut butter note. So, I mean, I like it. I like it. There's nothing abrasive, nothing offensive. It's down that Heaven Hill line. So if you're a fan of Heaven Hill and you like that kind of nutty, chocolatey type flavor profile that they got going on, that traditional bourbon flavor profile, then what's not to like about this? I mean, it's sub $20. It's literally like $19.50 or something in my area, which I know I live in Arizona, so it's a way different thing. Like we can get Wild Turkey 101 for the same exact price. So like for my specific area, it's a little bit different. But for this one, I'm taking into note that I know a lot of people can't get those for sub $20, but I know they can get this for sub $20. And I think this is just downright crushable for $20. It's very traditional, very basic. You know what you're getting into with this one. It's nothing out of the blue or wild. There's nothing wildly interesting or different about this. It's just a solid budget blended 90 proof bourbon done right at a really freaking cheap price. Like honestly, I know I'm a huge fan of Heaven Hills, like Evan Williams and Elijah Craig flavor profiles, because I think they're very similar. I would love to do a side-by-side with this and Elijah Craig, just a normal small batch 94 proof, and kind of see what's the difference between those two, because quite frankly, I don't really know if there would be that much difference. Like off the top of my head, they're very similar, very, very similar. So I think this is the king of the sub $20. At least from what I know, what most people can get for sub $20, this is probably one of the better sub $20 products out there. Like, name another sub $20 bourbon that's as good as this. I don't think I can. So, with that being said, the long rant about how I think this is wildly good when it comes to value. I think this is a buy. If you're looking for a budget bourbon, this is a buy. Buy. Honestly, I'm probably going to buy a handle of this once I finish this $7.50, just because I think it's an incredible value. You cannot go wrong with this one at all. Please do me the favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down there below what you guys thought about my review. I know I didn't do like too insane when it came to the notes. Also, let me know what you guys think about this bottle as a whole. If there is a better sub $20 bourbon in your area, what is it? Like, is there really anything sub $20 that's this good? I don't know. Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below. That's a wrap for this video. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.